You sit down to journal and your mind goes blank. You want to heal. You want answers. Where do you start? If you've ever stared at a page and thought, what's the point? This video is for you. This isn't about cute templates. This is about healing. Raw, unfiltered, deep. Let's go there. Together. Journaling isn't just about writing. It's about survival. When you've experienced emotional pain, trauma, burnout, your thoughts become loud, tangled, and heavy. Putting them on paper gives them shape. It lets you untangle the noise. It lets you see what you've been carrying and maybe finally start to lay it down. Journaling gives your emotions a home, and that home can become a place of safety, truth, and growth. So let's start off with some grounding prompts. These are for the days when your nervous system's on fire, when you're overwhelmed, spinning, or numb. Let's start with what is true about this moment. When everything feels like it's too much, this prompt will bring you back to now. What can you see, feel, or name right now? The second is, what does my body need right now? We often ignore our bodies in survival mode. Write what it's asking for: rest, food, movement, stillness. The third is, what emotions am I carrying that aren't mine? Sometimes we're exhausted because we're holding other people's expectations, pain, or even anger. Name it, release it. The fourth is, where in my life do I feel safe? Even if it's just a corner of your room, or a song, or a memory, start there. Safety is your foundation. And the fifth is, what is one small thing I can control today? Control brings calm. Even one tiny choice, drinking water, sending a text, stretching, it's all enough. The next set are going to be some prompts for processing pain. These prompts dig into the things that you bury. Go slow. Be gentle. The first is, what hurt me that I haven't said out loud? This is your chance to say the thing you've kept silent. No one's reading it but you. Let it come out. The second is, what did I need back then that I didn't get? Picture the version of you in that painful moment. What were you craving? Love? Protection? Validation? The third is, what part of me is still holding that memory? Sometimes pain doesn't leave. It lives in your inner child, your body, your reflexes. Acknowledge it. The fourth is, what am I pretending doesn't bother me? Denial protects us, but it also blocks healing. This prompt, let this prompt uncover the truth that you've been swallowing. And the fifth is, what am I afraid will happen if I let this go? There's often fear under the pain, fear of forgetting, fear of losing your identity. Write about what's underneath. The next set of prompts is for identity and self worth. Trauma rewires how we see ourselves. These prompts can help us untangle that. The first is, who was I before I was taught to shrink? Think back to who you were before you learned to be small. That version of you still exists. Dig them out. The second is, what do I believe about myself that isn't true? We internalize lies that we're too much, not enough, broken. Which ones are you ready to challenge today? The third is, When did I stop feeling like I was enough? Pinpointing this moment can break open old stories. It can also show you where you can begin to rewrite them. The fourth is, what would I say to myself if I was my own best friend? This flips your inner critic into an ally. You deserve the kindness that you give to everyone else. And the fifth is, what do I want to be? What do I want to be true about me and why? This isn't about pretending. It's about building. Who are you becoming? What does that version of you believe? And the last set of prompts here are prompts for rebuilding and growth. Once we've named the pain, we can rebuild slowly, honestly. The first is, what does healing look like for me today? Not forever, not perfectly, just today. Maybe it's brushing your teeth. Maybe it's crying. That counts. The second is, what kind of life would feel peaceful? Forget success, forget achievement. What does peace feel like in your body, in your home, in your relationships? The third is, what boundaries do I want to create or strengthen? Boundaries aren't walls, they're doors with locks. You get to choose who gets in and who doesn't. The fourth is, what have I survived that I never thought I would? Look at your track record. You're still here. That's not an accident. That's resilience. And the last one is, what would my healed self thank me for doing right now? Imagine that future version of you, grounded, clear, whole. What small act can you do for them today? Are you thinking that maybe you can't write? That's okay. That's part of healing too. Maybe try starting sentences with I feel and let it go from there. Try writing a letter to your younger or your future self. Try scribbling, listing, or drawing instead of sentences or paragraphs. You can even try just sitting with the page in silence and breathing through it. Progress isn't always loud. Sometimes just showing up to the page is your win for the day. You don't have to write perfectly. You don't even have to finish the prompts. Just show up. Messy, tired, unsure, and let your truth meet the page. Healing doesn't always feel like clarity. Sometimes it feels like writing through tears. Sometimes it feels like silence. Sometimes it feels like rewriting your story, one honest sentence at a time. So here's your reminder. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You're just healing. And healing is allowed to take time. If a journaling prompt in this video cracked something open for you, I'd, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Leave a comment below. Tell me what prompt hit you the hardest. You might inspire someone else to pick up a pen today and remind them that they're not alone. If this helped you reconnect with yourself, if it gave you a little clarity, a little peace, or even just a breath of honesty, I'd love for you to subscribe for more tools and motivations to help you heal, just one honest step at a time. I post new videos 3 times a week to support your journey from surviving to rising. You don't have to heal perfectly. You just have to keep showing up, and I'll be right there with you. Together, let's rise anyway.